here, and I've got some satin, some clear satin over here on the bench. And I also got paint and some satin for the bumper just because I don't want it to rust. I actually tried to wrap it myself, but it just wasn't working. The wrap was too old. It had hardly any adhesive on it. I'm just gonna go ahead and clear coat it. That way it's protected, that way it doesn't rust. And then I can figure out what I'm gonna do with the exterior of the truck, but at least it'll be painted and we don't have to worry about the rust. Just got done wiping it with some alcohol. And this is the satin clear that we're gonna be spraying on there. Coat number 3. All right, so the clear coat did not work, so I scuffed it, and now we're gonna paint it just like we did the roll pan. The roll pan came out great, and I actually put one coat of the satin clear on the roll pan, and it looks great. Got the nice new V-band for the exhaust, because the one currently now just blows exhaust all out through here. So let's go ahead and change this and see if it seals it up. Just wanted to show you guys how bad my clamp was. So you can tell that this one here is missing the entire inside. See how this has 2 sides on it? This one's completely missing. It has definitely seen better days. It's all bent, and I think it only has the inside part on just this side. The rest is all open, so it's just been pouring exhaust out right there. Every time you hit the gas, you just see the soot come out of there. Got it, no more exhaust leak. Well, after trial and error, we've got the grill painted with a couple of coats of the satin black, just for now, just to keep it protected from the sun and whatnot, and anything's better than that chrome that we have on there now. Also, same thing with this guy, the roll pan. I went ahead and sprayed it with a couple of coats of satin. Some of the edges were exposed and whatnot, so at least it's protected from the sun as well too, so, and the rust. So now with this, I've got some brand new hardware to go on here because mine's missing several things and it's held on with zip ties and whatnot. So this came with new studs. You guys can see there, it came with new studs all the way across on the top. So I'm gonna go ahead, I've got brand new nuts and washers here. So let's go ahead and get the old one off and put the new one on. I'm super stoked to see how it comes. I've got new headlights and taillights on the way as well. This should match pretty good right now with the valence and whatnot, especially once I get under there and I paint everything, it's gonna look really good. Got some alcohol here. I'm gonna clean up this metal frame right here and I'm gonna spray it black real quick while we have it on. All right, after some finessing and some extra encouragement, it finally made it. Having some clearance issues right here in the middle, so I need to tilt the bumper down a little bit. And bam, look at that. Looks way better, right? So, I am missing the little rubber grommet that goes here on this side. You can see that this side, it does have it, but it's not hooked up. But I've got new headlights coming, so don't mind the headlight gaps. They're kind of wonky, but you know, I'm not messing with them right now. You can see, I mean, look at this. This is crazy. This whole thing looks like it got socked in the eye. So anyways, looks really, really good. I'm super stoked with it. I love it. You guys saw that I painted the radiator, the coolers and all that stuff that were in the back. Also the mounting plates, these guys right here, those were purple, the same purple as the other stuff. So all that is nice and satin black. One thing I love about the satin black is that it's not too much. Like high gloss black just gives that rattle can, freshly painted, kind of half-ass look, but the satin is that factory OEM plastic look. So you guys can tell by the front grille, almost doesn't look like I painted it, but it has a little bit more shine to it. So that's what we were going for, just nice and factory look. I know it sticks out like a sore thumb, but a lot of guys run their grills like this. It is what it is. It's what we have for now, and it's way better than the old chrome guy over there. So you will notice that I kept the turbo diesel register badge here. I was gonna toss it, then I realized it's all metal. Then I started thinking about it, and I'm like, you know what? It was part of the truck when I got the truck, and I've changed a lot already. So I'm like, you know what? Let's just leave something there. It is faded yellow. That's okay though. Who knows how old this thing is? I'm assuming it's at least 10 years old, but who knows? But it's all aluminum. It's a nice piece, and it goes along with the truck. So it's kind of the character trait that came with the truck that's probably gonna stay with the truck as long as I keep it. Anyways, that came out great. Had to finesse the bumper a little bit. Sport grille hangs lower in the front. A lot of guys, when they put the 4th gen bumper on there, they tilt it backwards to kind of get rid of the gap that's right there. The fact that he had it tilted up so much, it was hitting the grille. When I closed it, I was able to loosen everything just a little bit. So I loosened it enough to where it was grabbing still. Kind of mess with it and finesse it. Do one side as, you know, one side and the other. That's about as even as I can get it. Like I said, don't mind the headlight gaps, but just look at the grill gap, and they look fairly decent, I noticed that there's some cracks here, so I'm gonna use some of that same. I'm probably gonna use actual regular JB Weld for this, but first I have to go out and unplug the hose, and I'm gonna see if I can put a bigger hose because these always drip. They always get clogged and then they drip right here on all these trucks, but I think that you can do a bigger hose, so we'll have to see about that. Everything up in here is nice and clean. All the air intakes, everything is clean. I disconnected the fan, took the fan out, cleaned it all out. It was full of leaves and everything. So the AC works immaculate in this truck. It's so nice and cold. It's perfect. The fan works great. You can tell the wires, it's a newer fan for sure. I also thought about getting some khaki dye spray and putting a little bit in a bottle and spraying it on here to see if I can darken it up. I'll see if I can grab some at Walmart. Got these super dope headlights in, super nice. This is all LED around the edge here, and it just utilizes your stock bulbs. I've got the same LED blinker bulbs that I used in my last truck. I've got those in the garage, and I also have some LED lights from a company that sent me some LED bulbs. What I'm going to do now, they only offered this headlight in chrome, the chrome background, and with the clear lens or a smoke lens. I got the clear lens, and I'm going to do the black background just like we did on my last truck. I'm just not going to do the clear coat with the sparkle or anything. I'm just going to make it matte or satin black, and I'm going to leave a little bit of chrome in there for the headlights themselves. But other than that, we're going to black it all out, and it's going to look really good. All right, so 250 was not hot enough. We've got 270 now. A little smell of glass in here. Nice and soft. It's still very clean. They use very, very good glue. You can see the edge is a little deformed, but you can form it back when you reseal it. There's the before, and there's the after. It took me a little while, so I'll go ahead and get this one knocked out. Alrighty, got my paint, got my lights, I got my fan on. Alright, coat number 1 is done. Coat number 2. Got the DIY paint dryer here, and we'll be ready to put these things back together here in a little while. But for now, we are going to jump on the roll pan and the taillights. I'll show you guys the before and after comparison. Before and after look. Plugs into the taillight. Plugs into this big tail right here. And I think that is for the turn signals on this. Snap, those look sick. Those are sick. Okay, so there's your super bright blinker there. Hey, okay, those are bright. Those are super bright. Alright. You guys can really see a before and after of that one compared to that one. You know, the satin versus the high gloss. It's crazy, the difference. And these are definitely worth it for sure. Night and day difference. All right, let's get this second one put in. You know, not bad, right? I think that looks really sick. From back here, it looks really good. That's just regular running lights. Yeah, it looks really good. Super stoked about it. Can't beat it. Really cool. Now, I'm going to try to conquer doing this roll pan. Should be simple, but you never know with these things. So let's go ahead and jump into it. All right, So we got the bumper off. Fortunately, for some reason they cut the wrap like that, but I have just enough to cut patches for it. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and do my typical Ray's Garage fashion, where I go in here and degrease everything, clean it up, and I'm gonna spray it with some satin black just to get it to match back here. Not the corners, but just up underneath here. I'm gonna take the plastic off. I'm gonna clean the hitch area and everything and spray what I can, and then we'll put the roll pan on there. Well, I ran into a bit of an issue trying to put the roll pan on. I need to cut the roll pan to fit around the hitch. The two arms that come off of the frame rails that hold the hitch itself, they're running into the roll pan. So I need to cut 2 slits in the roll pan so it will sit over the hitch of the truck because I don't want to get rid of the hitch. So look at these lights. Aren't these things sick? Those things cool. Really, really cool. They're like 3D too. And that's the same for the brake light too. So they just stay on like that all the time. So you can see it's not bad. It's definitely like, look how dark that is. That is literally just from the taillights. They look like little headlights on a golf cart, honestly. That's about how bright they are. Next morning actually, these have cured overnight. So you can see, kind of knocked out the black in there. I left the chrome squares. I left a little bit of chrome here and here, but all this stuff here in the middle has been blacked out now. Looks really good. I taped everything off on the inside. I left a little bit of this. This used to be this whole thing. Now, you guys will see I have headlight glue in there. This is a coil that you get on Amazon, and you can see how fat it is. So this is the glue that you're heating up to take it apart. This is the glue that you're heating up. So you have to try to your best to get as much out of there as you can, clean off the lenses. But when you put it in, you need to make sure that it fills the gap. Last time I did it too fat. I just put it in there like this, and it was coming out all over the place. So now when you put it in, you take it and you twist it a little bit and pull it, and put it in, and keep going all the way around. You will see that it just kind of stays inside the groove. I'm gonna clean them down real good because they got some debris on them from sitting in the fan last night. So I'm gonna clean them as best as I can with some alcohol and whatnot. Go ahead and bake them and put the lenses back on. Alrighty, so I had to use some vice grips on this side and on this side to get the seam to go back down, but now it's completely sealed back up. I mean, it doesn't look the best, but you won't see any of that. So I got a little damaged when I was putting it on there on the inside, but that's okay. It still looks way better than what it used to. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other one, and then we'll put them on the truck. Just like that, got them both done. 1 and 2. Nice and blacked out. A few blemishes, but that's okay. Overall, they look way better than what they did, that's for sure. Got the old one out. Got the buckets all painted up in here. Looking really good, nice and fresh. Alrighty, I had to wire up the lights. I got them going in right here just like that. We got the good old LED bulb just like the last truck. These things are sick. They look like circles from the front. They go so hard. Just lit this up. Awesome. Love how it came out. Love how it looks, especially with the blacked out look. I'm glad that I took the time to take them apart, but go ahead and get this one in, wire up the other side, get that one in, and then show you guys the final product. I got my super sick light from Oxito. Super sick. He sent me these so I could test them out and see what I thought. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, these things are so sick. The blacked out really made a difference, because I'm telling you, if it was chrome right now, so much brighter. Wow, that's sick. The bulb sitting in there very nice with a little bit of chrome, you can see. Look at that, very nice, man. Looks really good. That's my amber there. See what I mean by how it looks like a circle from the front because of all the LEDs? It really does a good job. Really, really nice. And those blinkers right there are like 15 bucks for the pair. Super sick. I have what they look like here. Super cool. So, overall, am I stoked? Yes, man, this is sick. You can't even really see my paint blemishes, of course, right? Because it's inside the light, so. I was a little nervous about this piece. I thought about maybe I should have left that chrome, but now that I see it, I'm glad I left it black. It looks really good, and honestly, it doesn't do anything. It just kind of breaks up the light a little bit, but it went from two-piece old school lights to new school looking light. You know, they're like 3D, so they're just like the taillights. That's why I got them. They're not from the same company, but they are the closest to the taillights that I could find, so. And honestly, the little bit of amber that I left is the perfect amount, you know. I really like it. I love the satin. You can see the bucket's nice and painted here. So, man, that really, really changed the look of the truck. I knew it would. I knew that the lines with the lights were gonna add a very modern look to the truck, and they also kind of match the bumper a little bit. You know what I mean? They kind of match that modern truck look. So what we need to do is get the new mirrors for it and get some cab lights. They also came with these very nice replacement grommet right here, like these gaskets, because mine was, I only had one, and it was already like kind of ripped up and everything. But instead of like hooking on to the light bulb, it just has some double-sided tape on there, you can see. And then I just took an old factory screw and put it straight through there, and it works out perfect. The line is nice, and you can kind of twist it however you need it to sit down through there, but it sits perfect, and it'll look really nice with the grill. Boom, just like that. They are done. My glue started giving out on this side a little bit, so I made some quick setting epoxy and put it down in there. Got that looking good, but look at that. Looks really good. Looks like a modern truck now. Wow, as close as it can to a modern truck, I'll say that. But this is, man, that really looks good. Definitely gave it that, like, that 5th gen look with those lights. Really, really nice. Love that. I do need to adjust the up and down a little bit. Yeah, they came out really, really good. I'm super stoked about them. The fitment is nice. They fit really decent. The body lines are great. You can see the rubber grommet in there doing its thing. Grommet, whatever. There you go. So you can see I need to adjust them, but. And this is the truck without the lights on. They look really good. Oh, they almost kind of look like the letter C. It really, really matches the truck. I love it.